We got a lot more to cover here, okay? First of all, we're gonna watch this fucking clip from Don't Look Up and a real TV interview that we watched yesterday.
Are we not being clear? We're trying to tell you that the entire planet is about to be destroyed.
Okay. Well, it's, just something we do around here. We just keep the bad news light.
Oh, you see, John, you're outside enjoying the sunshine. It's not too hot, is it?
No, it's absolutely lovely. It's 20 degrees out here. It's perfect. But on a serious note, folks, by early next week, you can scrap 20 degrees. It could well be 40 degrees. I think there will be hundreds, if not thousands, of excess deaths early next week. The charts that I can see in front of me are frightening. So we all like nice weather, but this will not be nice weather. This will be potentially lethal weather for a couple of days. It'll be brief, but it'll be brutal.
On a serious note, people please on YouTube the animal shelters.
So John, I want us to be happy about the weather and every single. I don't know whether something's happened to meteorologists to make you all a little bit fatalistic and harbing.
I mean, we watched this yesterday.
You know who?
It is the exact same shit. Fucking bananas.
Doom. Because all of the broadcasts, particularly on the BBC, every time I've turned on anyone's talking about the weather, they're saying that there's going to be tons of fatalities. But haven't we always had hot weather, John? I mean, wasn't the 76, the summer of 76? That was as hot as this, wasn't it?
The main problem with Don't Look Up is that, fuck, did I run the ad break, by the way? I think I forgot. I, served you the fucking segue, and then I forgot to run it. The main problem with Don't Look Up is that, a meteor is, immediate and in front of your eyes. Oh, I didn't actually run the ad break. Here it is now. A meteor is, immediate. It's immediate death and destruction. Whereas, climate change, on the other hand, happens, gradually over the course of many, many years. And therefore, you have time to fucking believe that it's normal and that, this is just our existence. It's more to the point that no one believes that it's happening until it's too late to fix.
No.
No, it is. Yeah, it is a boiling frog. Exactly.
And, we are seeing more and more records, more and more frequently and more severely. Some people always hark back to the summer of 76, which was a freak event 40-odd years ago, over 40 years ago. But heat waves are becoming more extreme. This is yet another one which is coming down the track towards us. And, I don't think we should be too...
No, we're not going to watch the Mooncat video right now. I haven't even gone through a lot of the news coverage that I wanted to do. We have a slow pace. It's right here, but anyway, this is a good segue to get back into the fucking
CBS
Joe
Mornings.
Brandon.
It does not take a close observer of politics to notice some distance, you might say, between President Biden's goals and his achievements so far in the fight against climate change. Now, that's partly because of objections within his own party, and in particular, objections from Senator Joe Manchin. Well, now, Mr. Biden is considering acting without waiting for support from Congress. Ed O'Keefe is at the White House for us. Ed, good morning. Senator Manchin's my mom's home state senator. So for her and for all of us, what's happening here?
Well, Tony, good morning. With the scorching heat here across the United States and in parts of Europe, it does appear, as you said, that the president's climate change agenda is on ice up on Capitol Hill. It is unlikely to advance in Congress now that West Virginia Democratic Senator Joe Manchin, there he is, said last week that he couldn't support the plan because of concerns about inflation and the cost and scope of the proposal. He, of course, represents a coal-producing state, so that's part of the reason why he objects. So today, the president's expected to say that if Congress isn't going to act, he's going to try to take some steps on his own. The White House says he's not going to be declaring a national emergency on climate change, at least not yet. He's still thinking about doing so. Instead, he's flying up to Massachusetts to do two more modest things. One, he's going to tout the offshore wind industry, very popular there in New England as they're building windmills off the coast of Massachusetts. And he's also going to talk about boosting federal aid for communities trying to fight the heat by retrofitting homes, installing air conditioners, and other issues. If at some point the president...
The funniest part about climate change is that, its impact is immediate and it's already happening, right? And literally, we can't even get like the defenses up. You know what I mean? It's like an alien invasion that's about to happen. And like the aliens have already started attacking, right? There's like laser beams and shit. And unfortunately, congressional gridlock is stopping us from building fucking shield walls. Okay? Like, we're not even talking about like fighting back against the aliens. We're not even talking about like how we're going to fucking negotiate with the aliens, how we're going to stop the alien invasion from happening. We're literally trying to build walls because people are fucking dying. Okay? And motherfuckers are like, nah, we can't do that actually. It's crazy. Like right now, we can't even implement the defensive mechanisms that we need to put in place to make sure that like too many people don't die.
Decides that he wants to declare a national emergency on climate change, it's likely going to allow him, or at least attempt to try to regulate carbon emissions, even though the Supreme Court recently ruled that the Environmental Protection Agency cannot do that. Well, notable that he's waiting to possibly do that later this summer because there's still a chance that Joe Manchin can be convinced to allow Democrats to move.
No! There is no fucking chance! I hate the media so much. I'm sorry, dude. If you're like the fucking head White House correspondent for CBS and like this is your take, are you brain damaged? Did you just roll out of a fucking car that was in a severe accident? Did your brain shake up on the back walls of your fucking skull too hard? Where is this coming from? Oh, there's still a chance we can convince him. What makes you believe that there is still a chance? And of course, that's not the case. Ed O'Keefe did not actually survive a really, really bad car crash and is still fucking reeling from the impact, okay? No, he's just a media guy. And this is what the media guys do. They're like, oh, there's still a chance. There's still a chance. We can convince Joe Manchin. It's like, bro, he has kneecapped every instance. He sits on the fucking energy committee. I wonder why. I wonder why he keeps kneecapping this shit.
Hello.
Perhaps, I don't know, his financial interests lay elsewhere, like his brother's coal mine, or the endless amount of lobbying money he gets from the oil and gas industry. Nah, it's just, dude, come on. We can change him. We can change him. Bro, we can change him. We can change him. I promise. I can fix him, dude.
Yes.
Not even fucking hot. Not worth it.
Yeah, I think Biden should run if his health allows him to. He's a good president. He's trying to do the best he can.
Even the boomers on C-SPAN apparently are fucking turning on Manchin.
If he don't run, we still got to vote Democrat because the Republicans are going to take us real bad. They already done got started. And I just want to really get this out there. Joe Manchin is a mole in the Democratic Party. He is a mole. He's an undercover Republican. Get him out.
Do you think he's the source of the president's problems or nothing?
Joe Manchin lives on a boat. He does not care about climate change. Now, let me tell you something. I'm no longer talking shit on houseboats after being in Amsterdam, okay?
Connected to the president himself as far as his current polling numbers and the like? Oh, he hung up. Let's hear.
After watching your stream, seeing the government act like this made me no longer bother to tell people things more than once because some people won't believe a knife is sharp until they stab themselves with it. We won't do shit about climate change unless some wild-ass flood that states climate change did this happen. No, there's hella people that fucking will literally stab themselves with a knife. Look at gun violence in America. Gun violence in America is a perfect example of this, okay? Guns are bad. They're for murder and murder only, okay? They're for murder and murder only. And hella people, 44,000 a year, die from guns, okay? Because guns are flooded all over the American marketplace. In every American household, there's more guns than there are people in this fucking country. And yet people are like, people get shot in the fucking face by their 5-year-old because they left their fucking revolver out. And they still are like, nah, brother, you don't understand. Guns are still good. the knife analogy doesn't even work in that circumstance because, like, Americans literally stab themselves with knives and go, no, but the knife is cool, though. Have you considered how cool the knife is? And how the knife makes me feel? We're dumber than the argument that you're making. That's why Ed O'Keefe says dumb shit like this. Also, here it is.
Those fires in Europe, in some places the worst in decades, and they're happening in multiple countries across thousands of miles. Remy Inocencio has that part of the story.
10 rare wildfires burned and billowed across London. Yes, the British capital, as the London Fire Brigade, stretched thin and stressed out, saw its busiest day since World War II. The same day, the country shattered the record for its hottest day in known history.
The UK has today recorded its highest ever temperature, 40.3 degrees Celsius.
That's over 104 degrees Fahrenheit, sparking already parched grasses. Dee Enkube and her family fled their burning neighborhood, leaving everything behind.
Where was the last time you think you even saw anything like this?
In the movies. Never seen it in real life, only on TV.
Until now.
If you told me I was in Southern California with wildfires by the highway, bone-dry vegetation, and temps hitting 100 degrees, I might believe you. But this is London, and people are shocked.
This is it, right? This is the climate change that we've been promised by scientists.
Can we still call the United Kingdom a cold country?
Absolutely not. This level of extreme weather is life-threatening, and we really want to make sure that people are not under any illusion that this is serious and this is here to stay for the foreseeable future.
Western Europe is still battling major blazes that ignited last week. In Greece, police ran to doors, shouting at residents to flee just north of Athens. French firefighters are in their 9th straight day, battling blazes twice the size of Paris, and deaths are still rising in Spain and Portugal.
And even though the record heat...
European eco-fascism incoming? Oh, yeah, 100%. Just wait. I don't actually know what to say about any of this. It's just like, it's just getting slapped in the face over and over again with the truth and just refusing to recognize it. I don't know. Sometimes it's just like hard not to feel like I'm giving up on this shit. One of those moments where it's like, fuck. What do you do? There's nothing to say. Like, shit's literally on fire. Does the EU have equivalent to California wildfires? I mean, dude, fire is a little bit interesting because it's not like the rising sea levels. Like, it's pretty permanent, right? Like, you can't just like sell your house that was burned down in a fire. You know what I mean? Like for a lot of people, they can just like make the fucking idiotic argument like Ben Shapiro, like, well, just sell your house, lol, if the sea levels are such a problem, you know? And that's obviously a stupid argument, but like people are really stupid. So that's just how it is. But like fire is just like direct. It's permanent. Happening. We will literally get to the extinction point. A majority of people on this planet will die. Climate deniers will say, well, we had ice ages. Guess the heat wave was inevitable. Not by us, though.
14 months of brain rot.
Just argue with my dad on vacation about this. He thinks we need free market innovation to implement green energy. I'm just asking questions about whether humans can cause climate change. Yeah.
And those wildfires here in the UK have thankfully, mercifully been snuffed out. The mayor of London has said that the threat to even more fires is still a risk to this whole entire city, this whole entire region. And he also says that rain hasn't come down in the past month. And just look at the grass behind me. This is grass. It's yellow, it's parched, it's dry. And the fact that the city also has so many green spaces, or formerly green spaces, really, they're all turning into tinder boxes, which are a threat to homes and to buildings. Gail?
Remy Inocencio in London. We get the picture. Thank you so much.
Extreme heat across the country. And it's not just unpleasant, it's dangerous. Around 120 million.
Jesus. Despite the writing on the wall, nothing is being done.
Guys, Brandon is going to promote wind farms, dude. It's fine. Like, you don't understand. Joe Manchin is still, you know, we can still convince Joe Manchin. Okay? You don't understand. We can still convince Joe Manchin, guys. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's going to happen.
Million Americans, that's more than a third, are facing excessive heat warnings and advisories today. And it's no better in Europe. Unheard of temperatures and drought conditions are generating devastating wildfires. Kris Van Cleave is in Dallas, where it's expected to be close to 110 degrees for the second day in a row. Kris, good morning.
Well, good morning. Nearly the entire state of Texas, 99%, is experiencing some kind of drought condition. That's only making it more challenging for the firefighters battling at least a dozen wildfires across the Lone Star State. And of course, the heat is taking an impact on critical infrastructure and raising concerns about the safety for people nationwide. Scorched by unrelenting heat, bone-dry Texas brush is fueling wildfires across the state. Nationwide, approximately 85 are burning in 13 states, charring more than 3 million acres.
I mean, I guess most of the climate change deniers don't even believe that this is a consequence of climate change, right? Like, they don't believe that, like, the dry brush, like having more dry brush for longer fucking seasons is the only reason why, like, fire seasons have been extended. Like, they don't think that's like too many fucking, that's too many fucking too many different, like, points to jump off of, right? So they don't believe that.
Thank you, Brother Hassel.
If you don't feel safe, you should leave.
Report of a fire at the Hoover Dam.
On the Arizona-Nevada border, part of the Hoover Dam briefly caught fire after a transformer exploded in 109-degree heat. The cause is under investigation. And tragedy in this Tallahassee parking lot, where police are looking for answers after an 11-month-old was found dead in the back of a hot car, potentially marking at least the 12th hot car death this year. How quickly can this kind of heat impact a person?
It can impact them in a matter of minutes.
In Fort Worth, EMS agency MedStar is providing donated air conditioning units to vulnerable residents like 86-year-old Winnie Francis.
It makes a big difference. Yeah.
Braving 110 degrees, city repair crews are working on one of nearly 200 water mains that have burst in the last 30 days alone, as temperatures consistently hit triple digits.
The ground is drying out, and when it shifts, the water mains can break.
And now White House officials are warning the heat wave poses a larger threat.
Climate change is a national security issue. It takes away from other tasks and missions when it comes to defending the United States.
Now, there have been no reports of any injuries linked to the wildfires, but several structures have been destroyed. You may notice we're getting a breeze today. Feels good right now, but the National Weather Service is concerned that that only elevates the risk for significant fire danger across Texas. The Dallas area will get a bit of a break tomorrow when temperatures could dip below 100 degrees, at least for the day, if you can call 98 a cool down, Tony.
You can call it a cool down, but not much of a break. Kris, thank you very much.
We're learning more about
UPS driver collapsed from front.
That alarming video of a UPS guy in distress from the extreme heat. He struggles to make it onto the front porch. Then he collapses, overwhelmed by the 110-degree temperature in Arizona. He has to lie down for a moment to recover. Slowly, he gets back up again and reaches for the doorbell before stumbling back to his truck.
It's just a sickening feeling that you don't know what's going to happen to that guy if he goes to the next house or, to his truck.
Homeowner Brian Enriquez says he was shaken when he saw what his Ring camera had captured.
You can see in the video, he's looking at his hands, shaking his hands. I mean, he could have a mini stroke or anything.
You may be surprised to hear that UPS trucks
Don't
no
have air conditioning.
It feels so freaking hot back here.
Drivers are taking to social media to share their extreme working conditions. This guy is drenched in sweat.
To get air through the truck, the best way is we always leave the doors open.
We rented a UPS truck to experience what drivers endure.
UPS drivers call these trucks the box, and there's a reason. They literally bake in the sun. This one's been parked for a while. Outside, we're registering 95 degrees, but inside, we're approaching 120.
UPS says the driver on that Arizona video.
Want to know AC? What do you mean? That would be too expensive. It's cost efficient. AC costs money. Imagine all those fucking cars have AC, dude. No. It's cost efficient to deny these people their fucking basic human rights. It's a utility truck, not a luxury sedan. Is that what you just said? You think utility trucks don't have AC? They take the AC out, you fucking idiot. Those cars are built with AC, dog.
Hey, Hussein. Sorry for
the motherfucker said AC in vehicles is a luxury, dude. What is this? 1978? Like, what do you mean AC in vehicles is a luxury?
The term neurodivergent. Sorry, man. "14 months of brain rot. Let's go HasanAbi."
Tractors don't have AC? This guy went from scorching hot, not AC weather is a death sentence. I don't understand how he went from like climate change is going to kill everyone to like watching a dude collapse and be like, well, it's not it's a luxury vehicle, bro. My dad's in the hospital from heat-induced seizures. He's a postman. My mom used to be a mail lady and had to pack 4 to 5 frozen water bottles during the summer to keep cool.
Has wicked.
Tractors 100% have AC. UPS freight trucks that are union have AC. I used to work at UPS. Look at that.
Has raid.
I drive a tractor with AC every day, Keckle. I don't know why chatter, like, maybe, hey guys, have you thought about the fact that maybe that chatter is Mormon? Yeah, I bet you didn't think that, okay? Yeah, homie's fucking plowing with a horse, and you're out here making fun of him, okay? That's fucked up.
Video is fine today, adding, our package delivery vehicles make frequent stops, making air conditioning ineffective. Across the nation, the heat...
Air conditioning is not ineffective when you make frequent stops, brother. Why would you say that? Why would you just write that without any fucking counter? That's so fucking insane. Dude, god damn it. Every day that I watch the media, I am reminded once again of how fucking demon-like they are. It's because they open the door a lot, I think. Who cares, bro? What are you talking about? What the fuck do you mean? No, it's just expensive. That's it. It's just expensive.
Delivery vehicles make frequent stops, making air conditioning ineffective. Across the nation, the heat is on.
We're talking about all-time records, like we have never, in recorded history, in centuries, seen this type of heat.
Check out the forecast in Houston.
We've got triple digits in the forecast.
Look at all those hundreds.
It's going to feel like you're standing inside of a hairdryer.
The extreme weather sparked severe thunderstorms and flooding in New York, where a massive sinkhole swallowed a van.
It's going.
In the United Kingdom, they're seeing temperatures of 100 degrees plus for the first time ever. They've literally never experienced this before in recorded history, going back 363 years. And only 5% of the homes there are air conditioned versus 90% of the homes here in the States.
Look at Europe right now. I mean, they're on fire.
London's forecast is 99. It goes from Paris all the way down into Spain.
We spoke to AccuWeather meteorologist Christina Shalhoub.
Just to put it in perspective for you, London at this time of year, the average high temperature is 71.
Our work at UPS loading facilities are not air conditioned. We have to only got a few fans inside the building. It gets 10 degrees hotter than the outside. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, remember, Amazon used to have a running ambulance. They had a contract with a private ambulance service to always have a running ambulance outside of their distribution facilities because it was literally cheaper to fucking shuttle people to the hospital when they collapsed of heat exhaustion rather than actually pay for the AC. And also deal with the potential, lawsuits or whatever.
I've posted a tiny bit. It's my 2nd month sub, but I've been following you since your early YIT days. Keep it up, dog. You helping some people stay sane in the crumbling world.
Teamsters demand UPS protect drivers amid record heat. Rising temperatures are putting UPS Teamsters at risk, and more drivers succumb to brutal heat while delivering on their routes. After recent driver incidents and fatalities from heat illness, UPS made claims about the ineffectiveness of air conditioning in package trucks, while UPS cites no scientific evidence to prove that air conditioning would be ineffective. And we can point to OSHA guidelines that clearly recommend such cooling is, in fact, an effective means for employers to mitigate the risk of heat illness on the job. There are steps that UPS should be taking right now to protect drivers. Sorry, 6-3 Supreme Court decision decided that UPS drivers should be cooked when it's 110 degrees inside of the fucking UPS truck. So, also, 6-3 decision from the Supreme Court declared that OSHA is actually an unconstitutional communist clusterfuck. So, no more workplace safety requirements.
As high.
And we can point to OSHA guidelines that clearly recommend cooling is effective. UPS must provide fans in every truck. Currently, a Teamster driver has to request one and endure a process before a fan is installed in their truck. There's no reason this multi-billion-dollar shipping giant can't provide a fan in every truck. Bro, fuck the fan. Ask for AC units, bro. I mean, I guess you can't because, like, installing an AC unit in every truck is, like, impossible, right? Too expensive. Every UPS center should have a functioning ice machine. Every driver should be able to get a cup or a container full of ice before going out their routes on hot days. Water for all drivers provided by the company. When temperatures soar above 90 degrees, every driver should be provided with bottles of water, including electrolyte-enhanced water during heat advisories. Now you're thinking about the money? No, I'm not. I think it's fucking bullshit. I'm just saying that they're not going to do that. Small box is not union, only freight.
Global warming? Fog.
Create more full-time package driver positions. Allow more rest breaks on hot days during a heat wave. UPS should not be loading drivers with more stops and longer routes. The issue is we have like methods, or we have a mechanism for when it gets too cold. You know, you got snow days where you're like, all right, well, it's too ridiculous to drive out here right now. Coffee Dave, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. But we don't have similar measures for, I feel like we don't have similar measures for heat. Hey, yo, I'm a UPS driver in SoCal. Only thing that gets me through the day is HasanAbi. Thank you. Why are you giving climate change free clout? You're only going to make it more powerful. That's true. Dog, we literally have ambulances in America that I have worked in that just have those shit fucking fans. Imagine having an unstable patient in the back of one of those with just little pussy dick fans blowing on you. Yeah.
I worked in shipping and logistics for years. In the summers we'd give our UPS drivers cold drinks every day because those dudes were dying of exhaustion.
Provide PPE like cool neck towels and uniform materials with a higher air and vapor permeability. Develop acclimation schedule for employees, or literally just AC, by the way. Like, I don't know why the Teamsters thread is just saying everything but AC.
Americans are literally dying because of a lack of unionization. 1 years.
Here's a fucking union that's more powerful than the Teamsters Union. Actually, Teamsters Union is the most powerful in North America. That's not a joke. They are the strongest union. The police union. You think cops are fucking complaining about AC in their fucking cruisers? No. They're sitting in that fucking thing all goddamn day, looking at porn on their fucking laptop. And I stand by this.
Nice beard, Papo.
Delivery drivers and drivers in general, like truck drivers and delivery drivers, are infinitely more important than police. Society would not collapse tomorrow if cops ceased to exist. Sure, there would be problems because there would be awful people that try to take advantage of the instability. But society 100% would collapse without drivers. If you did not have delivery drivers, if you did not have truckers, society would collapse. There is nothing. If you cut off a single part of the supply chain, if you cut off a single arm of logistics, it's done. No more medicine, no more supplies across the board. It would never happen. So just remember that. UPS has 126,000 trucks. It's $2,000 to install an AC in a vehicle. That'd be $251 million to install AC in all UPS trucks. They made $97 billion last year. It's not impossible, but yeah, they'd fight that. No, but also
spring on the brain rot house.
Also installing AC in UPS trucks would hold up their logistics as well, probably. So the cost would be more than that. And it would take years and years to fucking implement that. Costs more to maintain AC units in vehicles, as well as more gas usage is about the bottom line. Exactly. The main problem with no AC in UPS trucks is not necessarily because you got to open the door all the time. The main problem with no AC in UPS box trucks is because it's costly. It would be so costly for UPS. They would never allow that because more gas. You'd be spending more fucking fuel. Keeping the AC going. Okay? It's more cost efficient to pay the family of one employee dead to heat stroke than equipping every UPS truck with an AC. Yes, 100%. That's true. Straight up. And that is a math equation that they 100% play.
Even the USPS is adding AC
so you're
to
seeing
their
a
new
departure
trucks
of
that
about
are in production.
33 degrees
Sounds like it's time
in
for
just
the UPS
one day.
union
In
to get
France,
involved.
it's being called the heat apocalypse.
For the record, that's what actuarial sciences is.
One farmer in Spain was forced to flee, his clothes on fire. Terrifying signs of the times, and perhaps our future.
Now to the House.
Oh, this is awesome.